Hyun turned around, looking at how majestic everything looked. "Where is this place?" she asked him, as she continued to gaze at everything. "This is the stronghold, located at the center of Felicitas, my city," Han answered, smiling at Hyun's reaction to his work. Turning towards Annapolis, Han commanded, "Bring everyone here." With a simple nod, she made her way out of the throne room and off to gather everyone. Hyun looked back at him and asked, how were you able to bring me back to life?" She looked down at her hands, trying to understand everything. "Though I told you a few of my powers, I did not paint a complete picture. The reason was that I did not want the information to taint my life here. I thought that holding back the information would benefit everyone, including myself. I now realize that it has only created more problems. I am sorry, Hyun." He looked into her eyes, hoping that she accepted his sincerity. Hyun walked towards Han and hugged him. "We both did things that we thought we were doing right, but learned that it would have been better to be honest. Having the chance to be with you, instead of living in that nightmare, is the best thing that could have happened." She then lightly punched him in the stomach, causing Han to grunt. "This is for making me go through that experience when you could have prevented that." She then kissed him on his cheek. "This is for not abandoning me and bringing me back to life." Han could feel himself smiling, as he was happy that she hadn't been angry about how he had let her go through such an ordeal. He took her by the hand and led the way to the statues and fountains. The two of them enjoyed the moment, both happy that they were together. They moved to where Han's throne was placed. He sat down on it just as the doors opened to reveal a single file line of his creations and Celestra. They lined up in front of him and knelt down. "We welcome back, Master," all of them said in unison. Han looked at one of his creations, who he hadn't seen in a while. "Minatoria, it has been a while. How have you been?" Minatoria snorted. "Master, unlike everyone else, I have been making sure that your home is safe." She glared at the other creations. "Ha! You spend your days sleeping and making your subordinates do all the work, checking the people entering the stronghold and making sure that the city is safe. Do not try and make it sound as if you are some dutiful worker," Queen sniped, sneering at how Minatoria tried to make herself look responsible while they were fooling around. "I have also heard that you have gained a new toy," Annapolis commented. Trying to get Annapolis to stop talking, Minatoria urgently waved her hands as she glanced at where Han was sitting. "Oh? What is this toy you are keeping?" Han asked, sounding curious. "Just some stray that came into the stronghold." Minatoria tried to make it sound like it wasn't a big deal. She looked like a kid that was caught by their parents doing something they weren't supposed to. Pouting, she crossed her arms and huffed. "Master doesn't even come visit me, so I caught a rodent." Looking at Hyun, Minatoria grinned. "I see that Master has also found something interesting." Queen smacked the back of Minatoria's head. "Do not try to deflect the issue." Han raised his hand. "I am sure that she is doing a good job at caring for it, so there is no need to fight." He chuckled at the way Minatoria's face lit up, seeing how Han didn't have an issue with her new pet. "Master's so generous," Brittany cooed while throwing daggers at Minatoria. Han enjoyed seeing how all of them got along with one another. He then looked at Celestra, who seemed to integrate herself very well into the group. "Celestra, come here," he smiled at her. With practiced grace, Celestra got up and walked over to where Han was sitting. She was a picture-perfect image of regal beauty, likely from her own background, and from being around his creations for so long. Looking at Ha-Yun, he motioned with his hand for her to stand next to Celestra. Having both of them standing in front of him, Han said, "Though you may already know this, Celestra, I will repeat it for Ha-Yun's sake. Ha-Yun, you asked how I was able to bring you back, and I have yet to give you an explanation." Pointing at his creations, Han said, "Those wonderful women are creations that I made. They have only existed since the time I created them. With my ability, I am able to do things that would only be thought to be restricted to the realm of gods. Though I have this ability, I try to limit myself in order not to ruin my own enjoyment. There are many things I could fix in this world that I choose not to fix." His gaze fixed on Ha-Yun's. "I do not know if this is an issue for you, but let me know, and I will help you relocate to a safe place where you will never want for anything." The sound of a slap could be heard ringing throughout the room. Everyone looked shocked at the sight of Ha-Yun slapping Han, including Han himself. He touched his stinging cheek and looked at Ha-Yun in confusion. Her face was filled with anger and her eyes with tears. "I was able to finally be with you. You brought me back from the dead, and you are thinking about having me sent to another location?" She screamed the last part, her face contorted with emotions. "I did not know whether you would be angry about how I would make the world a better place." He sounded bewildered by how she had reacted to his words. "I do not care about the world. I care about you, you idiot," she yelled back. Hearing her words hit his chest hard, and he could feel a part of himself feeling happy to hear her words. "You care about me?" he asked sheepishly. "Of course, you fool." She smiled, though her eyes were still looking emotional. We do not care that you can do all these things. All we care about is you, and only you," Celestra added in. Han looked at the two of them with wonder on his face. It took him a while to understand the words they were saying to him. Then he smiled. "I guess I was worried about nothing," he chuckled. "Looks like we need to help fix that head of his," Ha-Yun told Celestra, who nodded in agreement. Feeling better, Han said, "Now that we have gotten past that, I guess we should move on to the next part." His expression became serious. "With what has happened to Ha-Yun, I wanted to ask both of you a very serious question. The two of you are human, so you are very weak and are vulnerable to a variety of attacks." He paused to let his words sink in. "I want to offer you something that no other human has been offered. I want to turn the two of you into something similar to my creations and be with me for eternity." There wasn't even a moment of hesitation before the two of them embraced him, both of them crying, "Yes, yes, yes!" They both kept repeating,